Best Lily Tomlin quotes. I always wondered why somebody doesn't do something about that. Then I realized I was somebody. No matter how cynical you become, it's never enough to keep up. Reality is the leading cause of stress among those in touch with it. The trouble with a rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat. Success is a ladder that cannot be climbed with your hands in your pocket. The road to success is always under construction. I always wanted to be somebody, but now I realize I should have been more specific. Maybe if people started to listen, history would stop repeating itself. We are all in this together, by ourselves. The best mind-altering drug is the truth. Wouldn't it be great if we all grew up to be what we wanted to be? The world would be full of nurses, firemen, and ballerinas. Man invented language to satisfy his deep need to complain. If trying harder doesn't work, try softer. I can handle reality in small doses, but as a lifestyle, it's much too confining. Well, if I can be of any help at all, you are in worse trouble than I thought. The road to success is always under construction. Why is it that when we talk to God, we're said to be praying, but when God talks to us, we're schizophrenic? Being a New Yorker is never having to say you're sorry. You are what you think. Geez, that's frightening. For fast-acting relief, try slowing down. The start to a better world is the belief that it is possible. The formula for water is H2O. Is the formula for an ice cube H2O squared. Exercise is for people who can't handle drugs or alcohol. Don't be afraid of missing opportunities. Behind every failure is an opportunity somebody wishes they had missed. What goes up must come down, but don't expect it to come down where you can find it. Reality is nothing but a collective hunch. If love is the answer, could you please rephrase the question? Things are going to get a lot worse before they get worse. We are people with lives, not consumers with lifestyles. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. Sometimes I feel like a figment of my own imagination. We have reason to believe that man first walked upright to free his hands from masturbation. If truth is beauty, how come no one has their hair done in the library? If I had known what it would be like to have it all, I might have been willing to settle for less. I feel some part of me can wake up and be very existential, and the next day wake up and be sort of in love with the universe. There will be sex after death. We just won't be able to feel it. Why isn't there a special name for the tops of your feet? After all, in private, we're all misfits. There's nothing sadder than getting to the end of your life and saying, I didn't do it right. Truth is, I've always been selling out. The difference is that in the past, I looked like I had integrity because there were no buyers. When we speak to God, we call it prayer. When God speaks back, we call it psychosis. I personally think we developed language because of our deep need to complain. If beauty is truth, why don't women go to the library to have their hair done? If you have a dog or a cat, You know how developed they can be, how sensitive, how aware. They suffer. We all do. Creating characters is just another way to express a type and put that type to use. Even when I'm being funny, I'm deadly serious. Sometimes I worry about being a success in a mediocre world. To me, sexual freedom means freedom from having to have sex. The phone company handles 84 billion calls a year, everything from kings, queens, and presidents to the scum of the earth. When I've had a meltdown, people will say to me, "Well, you failed to keep your sense of humor." We don't care. We don't have to. We're the phone company. What if it's boring, or if it's not boring? It might be too revealing. Or worse, it might be too revealing and still be boring. Which are your favorite Lily Tomlin quotes? Leave a comment below.